Have you ever found yourself confused about how to properly export modules in JavaScript? It can be tricky, especially with the transition from CommonJS to ES6. If that's you, stick around because today we're diving into the ES6 equivalent of module exports. I totally get it. Many developers have faced this exact issue when trying to switch from CommonJS to ES6 syntax. You're not alone in this, and it's a common hurdle that can lead to some frustrating moments. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked, what is the ES6 equivalent of module.exports equals an object? They provided an example where they tried to change their code, but ran into issues with importing. Sound familiar? Let's break it down. So what's the issue here? In CommonJS, you use module.exports to export an object, but in ES6, the syntax changes. Understanding this transition is key to resolving the import issues you might face. And don't go anywhere. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand how to export correctly, but also avoid common pitfalls that can trip you up. To export an object in ES6, the user can use the export default syntax. This allows the user to export a single object as the default export from a module. However, to import specific properties from this default export, the user needs to adjust the import statement. Instead of using curly braces, they should import the entire default export. If the user wants to maintain the ability to import specific keys directly, they can use named exports instead. This involves exporting each key individually. Then, the user can import these named exports using the following syntax, which allows them to access each key directly. In summary, the user can choose between default exports and named exports based on their needs. Each method has its own use cases. Fun fact, JavaScript has evolved so much that it now has multiple ways to handle modules. It's like having a toolbox with different tools for different jobs. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user suggests that when using export default, you don't need to use curly brackets for importing. Instead, you can import the entire module as a single object. If you prefer to import specific properties like key and key2, the user refers to another answer for that method. Here's a pro tip. Always double-check your import statements when switching between CommonJS and ES6. A small change can make a big difference in your code's functionality. And there you have it. You now know how to properly export an object using ES6 syntax. Remember, practice makes perfect. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button for more coding tips and tricks.